And we are live from Atlanta, Georgia at the Hive, where today the 4-6 Carolina Skyhawks look to invade the 9-1 Atlanta Swarm. Carolina needs a win to keep their playoff hopes alive and going as we're 1 week away from the end of the SFL season. Joining me in the booth is Jeremy Vega. Jeremy, how you doing today?
Doing great, Jeff. It's week 11 in the SFL. We got 2 more weeks left, this one and the final week, and there's a lot of teams shuffling around trying to make a playoff push, trying to figure out where they're going to land in the playoffs as far as seeding goes. But it should be a great game today, and I'm really excited about it.
And we will get this underway momentarily. The previous meetings, Atlanta is 6-1 versus Carolina all time. Carolina, their only win against Atlanta came in season 8 when they won 50-21. And then last season, it was Atlanta that got the better of Carolina, 33-23. So we'll have to see what is in store for us tonight. Just want to thank everybody tuning in on YouTube and listening on 252 ESPN Greenville, New Bern. Joining us in the stats truck is Mark Chisholm, and we'll get this game underway. Jeremy, any keys to today's matchup?
Well, Jeff, it's really just going to come down to one thing, and that's which team wants it more. Atlanta, if they pick up a win today, they'll get home field advantage to the playoffs, which will be the first time they have accomplished that in their franchise's history. And as you mentioned earlier, Carolina's still fighting for their playoff spot. If they get a win, that'll help them get into that 10th, 9th seeded area, so we'll see how it goes.
And we are underway from the Hive, and Atlanta will get the ball starts. And bringing it out to the 20-yard line is Dave Axis. And the starters for the Atlanta Swarm, you got the QB Marcus Dunhill, halfback BDG Hollywood, fullback Mitchell O'Brien, the receiving corps is Siggy Falco, Boo Chisholm, Dave Axis, tight end Jamal Wooding, and the kickers Shane Short. We'll get the Carolina starters here momentarily as Dunhill will start under center on the first play of the game. He drops back, gonna fire it out to the left. Pass is caught and going and turning upfield. That's number 17 for his first catch of the day, Siggy Falco.
Yeah, Siege Falco is the number 1 receiver for this Atlanta Swarm offense, and Carolina's going to have to figure out a way how to slow him down. Otherwise, it'll be a long day for their cornerbacks.
Great first throw for Marcus Dunhill, and the ball's up to the 37-yard line. Start under center, dropping back short, drop. He's going to fire underneath. And just like that, they are in business. That was a pickup of 6.
Yeah, back-to-back throws to Siege Falco. He's getting going early, and that's good for the Atlanta Swarm's offense.
So Siege Falco getting the early reps here. Already 2 catches. Have to see if that's something that Carolina can zone in on as we go throughout the day. As Dunhill drops back, pressure, he scrambles up, but he's going to be hit and dropped in the backfield. Good job, good pressure by the Carolina defense. And Phil Hall comes up and makes the sack.
Yeah, Phil Hall, one of the better defensive linemen, for Carolina's defense. He's a 6'6", 310-pound monster.
Kathleen Oral with the sack. So she gets her first one of the day as Marcus Dunhill in the shotgun formation on this 3rd and 6. Can they convert? And they will. Nice catch out wide, making a couple spin moves, still loose. And he's down at the 20. Siege Falco is making the Carolina defense pay early and often here in the first quarter.
Man, we are 2 minutes into this game, and Siege Falco may have just made the play of the game. He won a jump ball and then spun off 2 guys for a big conversion there for the Swarm's offense.
Just like that, inside the red zone, and here goes Hollywood for his first carry. Look at those nifty moves getting up to the 14s. Gain of 5, setting up a 2nd and 5.
And Jeff, who are the guys on this Carolina defense that are going to have to make this stand and not let the Swarm in?
Kathleen Horrell, we already called her name. Then Riley Combs make up the defensive ends. The defensive tackles, Phil Hall, Christopher Kerlone. Linebacking core, David Horrell, Forrest Stark, Shervon Prasad. Corner, Zane Doty, Davidson Joseph. The safeties, Rochelle Colston, Tristan Hatley, and Martin Michelli, as BDG Hollywood will gain the first down. And just like that, the Swarm down inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, this first drive could not have gone any better for the Swarm. They haven't made a single mistake, and they've driven all the way downfield to the 9-yard line, and now they got a new set of downs looking to punch this one in.
Atlanta coming out. First drive already under 8 minutes left to go. Hollywood, nice blocking and getting down to the 5, gain of 4.
You know, BDG Hollywood's going to be tough to stop for Carolina's defense. I mean, he comes in today's game with, he's 5th in yards, almost at 1,300. He's 4th in rushing touchdowns at 12, and he's 3rd among halfbacks in receptions with 80. So he's just so dynamic. He's really tough to stop, and Carolina's going to have to step up for that challenge.
This would be the 8th play of the drive. Already gone 61 yards. Dunhill out of the shotgun formation to the back of the end zone. It will fall incomplete as he was looking for his tight end, his receiver, Boo Chisholm.
Boo Chisholm just cannot get his foot down just a few inches too far, and it's ruled incomplete there. Now 3rd and goal. This is a big stand for Carolina's defense. If they can get them, if they can hold them to just a field goal, it'd be a big win.
Dunhill under center, bunch formation. Out of the single back set. Hollywood in the backfield. Dunhill drop it back, gonna fire out wide. Pass is caught and going into the end zone just like that real easily is Dave Axis, his first touchdown on the game.
Yeah, rookie wide receiver Dave Axis was picked up in the first round for Atlanta. This previous draft, he's been a great addition to this team, and he scores their first touchdown of today's game, and that's just a great way to cap off this opening drive from Atlanta.
That's a great drive all the way around. It took 9 plays, 61 yards, and they got into the end zone. Dave Axis, his 2nd touchdown of his RFL career, 2nd on the season. He is a rookie. And we'll get the extra point from Shane Short. Snap is down, kick is up, and it's through the uprights right down the middle. And just like that, Atlanta on top 7-0. And Jeremy, just a great all-around drive, you have to say, from the Atlanta Swarm defense or offense.
Yeah, I mean, Atlanta's offense is one of the best in the league. They're 7th in points per game. They're 10th in passing yards per game. They're 4th in rushing yards per game. And on 3rd down percent, as far as 3rd down completion percentage goes, they're 6th in the league, and they just scored a touchdown on that 3rd down. So they're just a really tough offense to stop, and it's pretty much one of the reasons, besides their defense, why they're just the best team in the league right now.
As Harish Prasad looking to make another kick return that he had last week. He's got a SFL leading 3 kick return touchdowns. And at the 23-yard line is where the Carolina Skyhawks will start. They have the starters of Sully Richardson at quarterback, Logan Jack at halfback, Tony Zuma at the fullback spot, the receiving core of Sam Avolis, Flash Furman, Shay Carroll, Harish Prasad, Jack Flash, the tight end, Catherine Horrell is the center. As thrown across the middle, it's tipped and intercepted on the tip drill. And just like that, Atlanta gets the ball back as Richardson was looking to go across the middle to Harish Prasad. It got broken up, and it fell into the hands of number 58, Aquana Shine.
Yeah, Aquana Shine just reacting perfectly to that tipped ball, and man, if you're Carolina, you're just going to have to not panic. I mean, you gave up a really good drive to the Swarm to open the game, and then your first play results in an interception. They can't panic. A lot of time left, but not the best way you want to start for the game today.
And you're giving Dunhill perfect field position at the Carolina 37-yard line where they already marched down the field and put up points. As Dunhill looking deep, it's batted up in the air. Can it be picked off? It will. Back-to-back interceptions on tip drills. And just like that, Carolina gets the ball back.
That's Davidson Joseph getting his interception, a 2nd-round pick rookie for Carolina's defense. And as you said, back-to-back interceptions, both being tipped up in the air and picked off, and giving Carolina a second chance for their opening drive.
That's his 3rd career interception, Davidson Joseph, and getting the ball back to Richardson. They're backed up a little bit where they would have started at the 23. They're now at the 19. So let's see if their drive goes a little bit better than last time. As Richardson dropping back, throwing it across the middle, but it's batted away. Great job, Jay Miraculous making the deflection.
And there wasn't much separation off the line of scrimmage for the Carolina receiver, and Jay just making a great play on the ball. I think that man-to-man coverage look from the Swarm's defense was a good decision there on that play, because Carolina only had 3 guys going out, and none of them really got separation.
2nd and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Richardson under center. Split back formation. Gonna be a hand up to Logan Jack, who's gonna be hit and swallowed up by a swarm of Swarm defenders.
Yeah, and the guy to get there first is Joshua Williams, the defensive tackle. He's the best defensive lineman for the Swarm, and they're gonna have to pay attention to where he's lined up all game.
Joshua Williams already in his 4th season, and it just seems like just yesterday he was just making his first start as the throw from Sully Richardson out to Sam Ovalis picks up a gain of 8 here, and just like that, 4th and 4.
Yeah, it's a good call by the Carolinas offense. When you're facing man press coverage like that, you want to kind of stack your receivers to help get separation when they cross, and that's what they did just there. Unfortunately, he stepped out of bounds and wasn't able to make a play for first down.
I want to thank everybody watching on the YouTube chat and everybody listening. 252 ESPN Greenville, New Bern. You're listening to the Carolina Skyhawks against the Atlanta Swarm, as Dave Axis takes the ball out to the 47-yard line. So that is where Marcus Dunhill and the rest of the Atlanta Swarm offense will look to start their next possession.
Yeah, looking to not turn the ball over again on a throw into double coverage like they did on their previous drive.
Both defenses have come to play. Let's see, this continues as Hollywood looking to get the carry, and he's going to be hit and dropped in the backfield. There's a great play coming up and making it number 99, Shervon Prasad, meeting Hollywood in the backfield.
Yeah, the other 99 in this game, who's just as dominant as Joshua Williams, Shervon Prasad, inside linebacker, doing a great job of sniffing out that run and blowing it up in the backfield.
And just like that, behind the chains, 2nd and 12. Dunhill, shotgun, empty set formation, gonna fire it underneath. The pass is caught, making the tackle is Mark Pinicelli. And Dave Axis already has 2 receptions for 11 yards.
Yeah, Atlanta picking up 7 yards on that one, setting up a more of a manageable 3rd and 5 now. 2 yards away from midfield. We'll see if they can pick this up. They are great on 3rd down.
3rd and 5. Can Dunhill convert? Keep the drive alive. He's looking deep down the middle of the field. It's caught! And inside the red zone, down to the 22-yard line. Jamal Wooding, nice. Booch is a great reception there. Hauls it in. And just like that, they're in business.
Man, Dunhill doing a great job of spreading the ball out. He's got Boo Chisholm involved, Siege Falco, Dave Axis. The only guy left to get involved is Jamal Wooding, their amazing tight end. But that was just a good 5-step drop by Dunhill, and he just delivered a strike over the middle for a first down, and now they're just a few yards away from being inside the red zone.
Atlanta is moving left to right with 4:40 left to go in the first quarter. Thrown over the middle, and it's broken up. Great hit as Dunhill was looking for his tight end, Jamal Wooding.
Yeah, just called his name, and he had a catchable ball, but just a big hit from the Carolina strong safety Tristan Hatley.
Yeah, good job to put his helmet on the football, jarring the ball loose, falls incomplete. 4:38 left to go in the first quarter, 7-0 early. Atlanta on top of Carolina. 2nd and 12 from the Carolina 22-yard line. Dunhill will go under center, full house set in the backfield. Gonna hand off to Hollywood. He's got some blocks outside. Can he get to the outside? He makes a guy, dragging him all the way down to the 7-yard line, and it's not a free ride you want to take if you're a Carolina defender.
Yeah, BDG Hollywood, he had great blocking, and if he could have just got one more move to the outside, he would have walked into the end zone. But thankfully for Carolina, Forrest Stark was able to drag him down, saving a touchdown. But now Atlanta 7 yards away from the end zone with a new set of downs. We'll see if Carolina can stop them.
First down and goal from the Carolina 7. around the same yardage-wise. They went to Dave Exis for a touchdown. Dunhill to the back of the end zone, and it's going to be caught in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. Had to wait, but Sage Falco gets his first touchdown of the day.
Man, Atlanta already kind of opening up this game, their offense taking over, and Dunhill just delivered a strike to a wide open Siege Falco in the corner of the end zone. There was nobody around for 5 yards, and now a field goal or an extra point attempt away from going up 14-0 early in the first.
And man, oh man, the Carolina defense needs to buckle down in the red zone. That is 2 trips where Atlanta has gotten points, touchdowns at best. Normally you want to try to at least hold them to a field goal, but not able to do that. And Dunhill making them pay early and often here in the first quarter as Shane Short kicks the extra point up and through the uprights. And Jeremy, we're seeing this early after the one drive from Dunhill in the first, a couple of interceptions there, but just a great response from Dunhill marching his team down the field again.
Yeah, you know, it's like he has a short memory. You know, 1 interception, and they got the ball back, and he bounced right back to throw a touchdown. So he's already got 2 on the day. He's 5 for 8. He's doing a great job. He's not letting his early mistake affect him clearly, as he's got his team up already.
Harish Prasad looking to get something going for the Carolina offense. He brings it up to the 26-yard line. And so that's where they will begin. But what is something that you like to see on the Carolina drive?
I think they need to get Logan Jack a little bit more involved. He leads the league, or he's 4th in the league in carries at 265. So they should try to get him going and take a little bit of pressure off Sully and avoid that dangerous pass rush from Atlanta.
Flip back formation. Richardson under center, going to fire across the middle. They've been going to that play a lot, and there it finally works. And getting the completion is Shea Carroll.
Yeah, last drive they went to that play, and Jay Miraculous didn't let Shea Carroll get any separation, and he deflected the ball. This time, Shea Carroll doing the opposite of that, getting that separation, getting the reception, and picking up a first down for Carolina.
You are watching the SFL on YouTube and listening on 252 ESPN Greenville, New Bern. Thank you guys for joining us for some Sunday action. There's a whole host of games going on today that will determine some of the playoff seedings. And we are only just beginning as Richardson dropping back and a fire across the middle. Pass is caught for a first down. And there it is. Pass is caught by number 86, the tight end, Jack Flash.
Jack Flash just kind of flashed by Quana Shine there. That's back-to-back plays that Carolina has gone over the middle for first downs.
And remember, the interception from Sully Richardson was a deep a post route to Prasad, so they've been going over the middle a lot. And there's another one, as it's going to be a short gain of 7, Shea Carroll.
I think the coaching staff for Carolina made a quick adjustment. They saw that Atlanta's playing mostly man press, and now they're starting to go with some slants and some drag routes over the middle, letting their receivers get off the line and get open. And right now, Carolina having their best drive of the game.
High formation, Logan Jack in the backfield. He gets the carry, getting enough for the first down, and he's going to be hit at the 38-yard line and dropped right there. But Carolina, for the first time in today's ball game, is into the swarm territory.
Yeah, and they're just a handful of yards away from being in Wally Herman's field goal range. But we'll see if they can get more than that. They'd like to at least get 7 on this drive.
First and 10 from the 38. Richardson dropping back, pressure coming. It's picked up. He throws it across the middle. And Shea Carroll with another grab, getting it to the 23-yard line before he's lit up. Yeah,
Shea Carroll doing a great job of concentrating on bringing that ball in. He knew he was going to take a hit, and Moose Papino, the free safety, delivered a big one to him. But Carolina, 3 yards out of the red zone with a new set of downs. This is turning into quite a drive for them.
Can they end this play in the end zone and get the 7 points that they desperately need to stay afloat here early, as Logan Jack will get the carry, and he is going to be hit and dropped by Fox Highwind.
Yeah, Fox Highwind just completely leveled Logan Jack, which is something you don't often see. Logan Jack's a powerful runner. He's almost 240 pounds. We'll see if Carolina continues to go to him or if they try to let Sully Richardson go through the air.
2nd and 7 inside the red zone at the Atlanta 20. Richardson firing it out to the right. Pass is caught by Shea Carroll and gets the ball to 3rd and inches to the 13.
Shea Carroll doing a great job for Carolina's offense. I mean, he's already up to his 3rd reception in the 1st quarter, so he's kind of matching some of the production that Atlanta's receivers are putting up.
And last week, he had 2 receptions for 30 yards, and he already topped the reception total from last week with 3 on this drive alone. Richardson scrambling out, and he's just going to have to throw this away. Great just overall awareness from Richardson, not seeing anything downfield, not wanting to risk it, and instead, he's still going to get points on the board with 4th and inches.
Yeah, you know, call me crazy, but if I'm Atlanta, it's 4th and inches. I may try to go for it. I mean, you're at the 13-yard line. You know, your season's on the line. If you lose this, why not get a little creative?
It looks like they're going to heed Jeremy's advice and try to go for it. We'll have to see if they actually do decide to run a play or if they're just trying to burn the timeout. As Richardson under center, split back formation. And they will just take the timeout. So just trying to make them jump off sides. But yeah, I mean, at the same point, I would like to see them go for it as well. I mean, with that close, you'd think that Logan Jack can get the inch needed.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like their run game has been completely shut down, so I would take the chance there, but we'll see Carolina attempt a field goal to at least try to get something on the board right now.
Wally Herman will come on to attempt the field goal. On the season, he's 17 of 19 for 89% in the field goal department. Playing the play clock drip a little bit, even though the play clock isn't running. So the kick is up now from Herman, and it's through the uprights, and 3 points on the board for the Carolina Skyhawks as they don't get the touchdown that maybe they would have liked to have, but they still get the field goal. It was a 9-play, 59-yard drive.
And if Carolina can just kind of replicate those type of drives, try to take some time off the clock, keep the ball out of Dunhill's hands because he's on fire right now, they can try to claw back their way back into this one. It's only an 11-point game, and we still got 3 quarters to go.
The kick from Wally Herman is away. Dave Axis on the return. He fielded it at the 2-yard line, making a couple of nice spin moves and getting the ball up to the 25-yard line. So we've seen both teams now put some points on the board. What are your just early thoughts as we move into the 2nd quarter here in about 30 seconds?
I think Carolina's defense, that's top 10 in a lot of categories. I think it's time for them to step up. I mean, Atlanta's a dangerous offense, but you got the defense that can try to match it. So if their defense can step up, it'll give their offense some more opportunities to try to get back into this game.
Don't forget they got Zane Doty, the corner who is known for interceptions. Is BDG Hollywood making some moves and getting up to the 39-yard line. He's up to 41 yards on 6 carries. Very quiet 41 yards.
Yeah, Hollywood, you know, he's known for having the most dangerous spin move in the game, and this time he just runs through a guy, trucks another guy, and is finally dragged down. He's got some power behind them legs as he shows it there, and that's a good first run for their drive.
With under 10 seconds left to go in the 1st quarter, Dunhill will go under center to see if he decides to get a playoff, and he does with 2 seconds left. This will be the end of the 1st quarter, and he's going to throw it out to Siggy Falco, who gets positive yards, a pickup of 5, and we've come to the end of the 1st quarter. You're watching the SFL on YouTube and listening on ESPN 252 Greenville, New Bern. We'll be back for the 2nd quarter right after this. We are back to the start of the 2nd quarter, 14-3. The Atlanta Swarm on top of the Carolina Skyhawks. As the teams will flip sides, Atlanta will be going from right to left, Carolina left to right. Atlanta wearing the home light blue jerseys, Carolina in the all whites on the away. Dunhill will hand it off to Hollywood, looking to go up the field. He has enough for the 1st down. And a short gain, but up to the 49-yard line.
Yeah, I initially thought that Carolina's linebackers got the pressure needed to stuff Hollywood in the backfield, but Hollywood found a little hole, squeaked through it, dragged a man across the first down line, and now they're a yard away from midfield. And Atlanta is looking to put together another good drive.
First and 10, Dunhill dropping back. He's going to be hit and sacked. Coming up with the sack, Riley Combs.
Riley Combs, Carolina's first round pick, just swam right past the offensive lineman and blew up Dunhill for a sack, and that's something their defense really needed. And they've kind of got Atlanta in a bit of a hole now with 2nd and 17.
Behind the sticks, Dunhill in the shotgun formation. He's got trips to the left of the formation. Pressure coming. He throws it before he's hit, and the pass is caught. Making moves, getting into the end zone. Boo Chisholm.
Oh, the thunderous roar from the Atlanta crowd is because of Boo Chisholm's incredible reception and run afterwards. He is able to get a perfectly thrown ball from Dunhill, despite Dunhill taking a big shot, and Boo Chisholm breaking 2 tackles as he runs in the end zone. And now it's a 20-3 game. Could be 21 pending the extra point, but Atlanta has really blown this one open.
Number 47 is his career touchdowns. Boo Chisholm right there, getting number 47. Just Dunhill, what a play. He was getting hit. The pressure was coming. Threw it right at the very last second that he possibly could before taking a sack. And then Boo Chisholm just doing the rest, breaking out of 2 tackles and going all the way in for the touchdown. As the extra point from Shane Short is up and through, making it a 21-3 ball game.
Yeah, you know, Jeff, we spoke earlier about how if Atlanta picks up a win, they're going to get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. They'll be the #1 seed. We mentioned it would be the first time in franchise history they've accomplished that, but I can't imagine any other team in this league wanting to come into this building and try to play these guys in the playoffs with the type of offense and the type of defense that they have. I mean, they're just all around the best team in the SFL this year.
Arish Prasad bringing the football out to the 24-yard line. And the last drive for the Atlanta Swarm, 5 plays. 9 play. It was 9 plays. We'll get that situated, but just an all-around great drive from Marcus Dunhill and the Atlanta Swarm offense. When Carolina seemed to try to get some of the momentum back, they had the sack by Riley Combs. And then Marcus Dunhill just took it upon himself to do the rest. And throwing over the middle of the field is Richardson, and it's picked off. And the Atlanta Swarm are set up in perfect field position again and getting the interception. Blake Hemrick.
Yeah, quick turnover for the Atlanta's defense. You know, there's a lot to talk about Atlanta's offense, but their defense actually ranks 3rd in the league in points per game allowed, 6th in the league in passing yards allowed. They're 7th in rushing yards allowed. They have a fantastic defense, and they're you know, the defense has come to play as much as the offense has today.
Take a look at the numbers for BDG Hollywood. 7 carries, 45 yards. He's averaging 4.6 on the ground. Not a bad day. Looking to maybe get more involved. We're known for him having those breakout games, those breakout quarters. Let's see if it happens here. And as he gets the carry, and he'll be a short pickup gain of 1. And making the stop on the play will be Phil Hall.
Yeah, wrapping up Hollywood is gonna. It's got to be priority #1 when he gets the ball, because he has the moves to get around your entire defense. That's a good job by Carolina's guys to bring him down early.
2nd and 9 from the Carolina 34. Atlanta giving the ball to Hollywood again, making that spin move and getting up to the 27-yard line. It'd be a 3rd and short coming up.
Jeff, this is why BDG is so special. This is a run to the outside, and as soon as BDG has a guy who's coming up to make the tackle, he spins back inside and picks up 8 yards. It's just incredible vision and talent from BDG Hollywood.
Dunhill will hand it off to Hollywood again. He's going to be hit and dropped in the backfield. Great play from the linebacker, Forrest Stark, able to drop Hollywood behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Atlanta running the same play, just to the opposite side. BDG tried to go back inside on the run, but Forrest Stark having none of it as he brings him down and forces Atlanta into a field goal, which is great for Carolina because if Atlanta scores another touchdown there, it's just going to be a huge deficit. But at least they hold them to a field goal here.
Shane Short with the field goal, and he remains perfect on the season. That is 12 for 12 as the Swarm add 3 and extend the lead to 24 to 3. But at the same time, you got to wonder what Carolina can do to actually get back in this ballgame because it doesn't seem that they begin the turnovers, but when they begin the turnovers, they be turning the ball over as well.
Yeah, they're gonna have to just keep grinding this out. I mean, we still got 8 minutes left in the second quarter. There's so much time. It's only a 3-score game. There's nothing to completely just throw in the towel. So they just got to keep grinding. They got to keep finding their open guy, get Logan Jack a little bit more involved, and see if they can climb back into this one.
Harish Prasad brings the football out to the 24-yard line. Thank you, everybody watching on the YouTube channel and everybody listening on 252 ESPN Greenville, New Bern. We're at 8:07 left to go in the second quarter. The Swarm are on top of the Carolina Skyhawks 24 to 3. First down and 10. Sully Richardson will go under center. Bunch will be to the right to the bottom of the formation. Logan Jack in the backfield. Richardson, short drop. He's going to fire out to the left. Pass is caught out there wide to Harish Prasad, and that'll be a pickup of 4.
Yeah, and as we see the numbers there from both quarterbacks, Richardson at 63 yards, no touchdowns and an interception, while Dunhill at 170 with 3 passing touchdowns and 1 interception. So Dunhill having a better first half so far.
Second and 6 from their own 28-yard line. Richardson comes out in the empty set shotgun formation. Quads to the bottom of the formation. Firing across the middle, but it falls incomplete. He had 2 receivers in the vicinity, and Richardson just oversailed that football.
Yeah, it almost looked like there was a little bit of miscommunication there. I thought that ball was intended for Harish Prasad, but it appeared he kind of let up as he thought maybe the ball was for the other wide receiver, Shea Carroll, who made a diving attempt for it. But either way, it's going to be 3rd and 6, and Carolina's got to pick this up.
Key third down for the Carolina Skyhawks, and firing it out to Logan Jack coming out of the backfield, and that's not going to do it as Logan Jack picking up only a gain of 1 on the play. It'll be a 4th down and 5.
Yeah, not a very creative play from Carolina's offense there. Richardson just stood up and flinged it to the flats of Logan Jack, and the Atlanta defense quickly swarmed to him, forcing him out of bounds and forcing Carolina's offense to punt the ball.
Great defense from the Atlanta Swarm, forcing the punt from Michael Horrell. The punt is away. And returning it would be Dave Axis. He fielded at the 32, getting it up to the 35. And so with just 7:22 left to go in the second quarter, Atlanta Swarm will get the football yet again with perfect field position to get some more points.
Yeah, 35-yard line. It's a great starting point for Atlanta. You know they're going to come out and continue to do their thing that they do on offense, and that's just put together drives and let their talented playmakers, which seems to be everyone on their offense, just kind of do their thing.
And on top of that, everybody has gotten involved as Dunhill throws it across the middle of the field, and it's caught. And it's going to be down inside of Carolina territory at the 44. Boo Chisholm, another reception, and they're just taking the top off of this defense.
If the Swarm, they've had a few plays that went to the outside, a few passing plays that have gone to the outside, but for the majority of the game, they're just kind of going over the middle on some posts and some streak routes, and it's working well. Carolina's kind of giving them everything in the middle. We'll see if they make any kind of adjustment to really put an end to that. That's what's really picking up big yardage for the Swarm's offense.
Dunhill under center, split back formation, 2 receivers to the top of the formation, and he's going to fire it out that way. And Siege Falco with another reception sets up a 2nd and 1.
Just as I'm saying, they're going over the middle. They work Falco to the outside on a foul, and Falco, he's just one of the best receivers in this league. Coming in today's game, he had 981 yards, which is 7th, 10 receiving touchdowns, which is 3rd. So he's just quite the playmaker for this offense.
Second and 1. Hollywood would get the carry with plenty of blocks out wide, and a nice juke, and he gets out of another tackle. And coming up and making the play, Tristan Hatley will hold him at the 21-yard line.
Oh man, that is just so unfair to have to try and tackle BDG Hollywood one-on-one in the open field. He completely jukes a guy out of his shoes, breaks a tackle, finally is wrapped up just a few yards away from the red zone. And Atlanta once again has marched downfield and put themselves in position to put points on the board.
This is my first time calling an Atlanta Swarm game, and BDG Hollywood is just making my jaw drop with every carry that he has. It seems like he's just getting out of those holes where you think no one would get out of, and the throw is out. It was intended for Falco out in the end zone, but Davidson Joseph coming up and making the beautiful deflection.
Yeah, if Dunhill could have got a little bit more under that, he would have had another touchdown to Falco, but great play by David Joseph to close in on that and break up the pass.
Second and 10. Inside the red zone are the Atlanta Swarm. Dunhill will hand it off to Hollywood going up the middle of the field, and the short gain, getting the tackle for a start, holding Hollywood to a gain of 1.
Yeah, Stark doing another great job of kind of wrapping up Hollywood. He's really been the only guy to bring BDG down consistently in today's game.
Third and 9. The Atlanta Swarm are 2 for 4, 50% on third downs in the ballgame today. Dunhill dropping back, firing across the middle of the field. It will be converted and down to the 4-yard line. Jamal Wooding with the reception.
Jeff, what do you do as a defensive coordinator, man? You got Siege Falco and Boo Chisholm on the outside, Dave Axis sitting in the slot, and when you try to cover all of them, you got Jamal Wooding, all 6'6", 255 pounds of him, just running routes like he's a super athletic wide receiver. I mean, what can you really do against this offense?
It seems like if you game plan for the receivers, then you have to worry about BDG Hollywood in the backfield, but then also he can also make some really nice plays as a receiver, as well as Hollywood trying to make the spin to get upfield, but he's going to be hit and drop for a loss of 1. It does just a great play from Catherine Horrell with the stop.
Yeah, on that particular play, Carolina's defense doing a great job of getting to BDG with multiple defenders and just bringing him down and not letting him get something going for a touchdown.
When they were in the red zone, they had Dave Axis with a touchdown, and then Dunhill found Siege Falco in the back of the end zone as Hollywood gets his end zone call, and he just walks right in. Boy, oh boy, Jeremy, you could have ran through that hole as Hollywood punches it in, and the lead is extended.
Yeah, I mean, Hollywood really didn't have to do anything but just kind of walk in. You know, he just had perfect blocking. They ran the same play to the same side. Carolina just didn't see it coming, and Hollywood picking up another touchdown and heading the extra point. This could be a 31-3 game, and we still have 4 minutes left in the half.
Hollywood already up to 73 yards on 13 carries, 1 touchdown. Yeah, Short will attempt the extra point yet again. And the kick is on the way, right down the middle, 31-3. With 4:25 left to go in the second quarter. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, and you're listening to 252 ESPN Greenville, New Bern. Short will kick the football away to get the game going, and Harish Prasad is back deep. And this is the time where you could change the momentum a little bit with a return if you're Harish Prasad.
Yeah, and you know, he ranks first in the league with yards per kick return at 32.3, and you mentioned earlier his 3 kick return touchdowns, so he can do it.
He will field it and bring it to the ball out. He's got some blocks up there. Can he get out of the tackle? No, he won't, and he'll be down at the 30-yard line.
Wow, wide receiver Devin Lee making a shoestring tackle there, and if he didn't bring Harish down, Harish probably would have broken that one for a touchdown. There was really nobody else around. Just a great tackle by there, saving that touchdown.
And so Carolina will begin at their own 30, split back formation. Richardson will hand it up to Jack, going up to the middle of the field and dragging defenders with him up to the 30-yard line, pickup of 7.
Yeah, it's not, you know, too late to abandon the run. They can keep running the ball. They got plenty of time, and if Logan Jack can pick up 7 yards of carry like that, then they're really gonna start to be able to put some drives together.
2nd and 3 from their own 38-yard line. The Skyhawks, Sully Richardson under center, I formation, dropping back, pressure coming, but it's picked up. He throws it up the middle of the field, and the pass is caught by Prasad and getting up to midfield. And just like that, they are in business.
Yeah, the pass rush was there for Atlanta, but Sully Richardson doing a good job just kind of navigating the pocket and then finally getting the ball out to Harish Prasad for a first down as they get to midfield. And this could be the start of a good drive for him, something that's much needed right now.
And at midfield, Richardson under center. The Skyhawks are moving left to right. Richardson firing it to Jack coming out of the backfield, and great play out wide. Number 21, Jack Napier, holding Logan Jack to just a gain of 1.
Great defensive play call from Atlanta. Jack Napier just, he was already lined up in the right position. He just stood up and waited, and as soon as that ball went to the flats to Logan Jack, he was all over it and had made a good tackle.
Empty under center formation for Sully Richardson. Trips bottom of the formation as Richardson dropping back. He'll fire underneath, but it's going to be intercepted on the play, and that's just a Jay Miraculous with an interception. And I don't know where Richardson. He looked like, wow, he was going for Shea Carroll, but he had 2 Atlanta Swarm defenders around him.
Yeah, initially I thought Flash Furman was the intended target on his hook route, but it was actually Shea Carroll coming across the middle, and the ball was just kind of floated there, and Atlanta picking up their 3rd interception of the first half.
1st and 10 now from their own 45-yard line. Dunhill to Hollywood, who's looking to get going, and he will. He'll get up to midfield before Forrest Stark again with another tackle.
Yeah, Hollywood's one of the few backs in this league, probably along with halfback Suda Nakai from Vancouver, where when he gets that ball, you just hold your breath as the defensive coordinator, because you know that he has the capability of breaking a big one every time he touches it. So it's just great job and great just overall game planning from Atlanta.
Dunhill dropping back out of the shotgun formation, gonna be hit and sacked in the backfield. Just when you need it, and coming up and making the sack, Kathleen Horrell with another one on the day. And we've come to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to go. The Atlanta Swarm are on top, 31-3. You're watching the SFL on YouTube and listening on 252 ESPN Greenville, New Bern. We'll be back with the last 2 minutes of the first half after this. We're back to start the final 2 minutes of the first half. Dunhill in the shotgun formation. Hollywood to his right, trips to the top of the formation. He's going to fire it deep across the middle of the field. And what a beautiful interception going back the other way. The Carolina Skyhawks definitely needed that interception. And what a turn of events. If it could ever spring the Carolina Skyhawks, that was one that they desperately needed.
It all kind of started on that last play. Kathleen Horrell getting the sack and kind of pushing Atlanta back, forcing them to have to kind of go deep. And Dunhill, for the 2nd time today, which is just a rarity, he underthrows a ball, and Rochelle Colston picks up an interception. And as you said, much needed, because Carolina's got the ball at their own at Atlanta's 47-yard line, and they got good start and field position.
That is her 10th interception on the season. Rochelle Colston with 10 interceptions now, so congrats to her on that feat. And throwing it over the middle of the field, and it's going to be broken up. And Sully Richardson's just playing with fire here late in the first half.
Yeah, Sully Richardson does not look comfortable in the pocket. He's been having to move in and out. He's taken a few hits. He's thrown some interceptions. He's really going to have to shake this off and put together a drive for his team. He's going to have to hang tough in that pocket.
1:50 left to go in the second quarter. Richardson in the I formation. Gonna hand it up to Logan Jack going up the middle of the field, but he will be hit for just a gain of 1.
Carolina quickly being put into a 3rd and 9 here with a minute and a half and time is ticking. I think they just really need to to kind of go for it all right now. Not necessarily throw it deep for a touchdown, but they can't be conservative here. They got to try to pick up this first down.
Dylan Rowland credited with the tackle, the veteran linebacker for the Atlanta Swarm. The pass is thrown out to Harish Prasad, but it falls incomplete as, again, the coverage was just all over him.
Yeah, man press for the Swarm working pretty well today. They haven't given up anything big. They've given up some stuff over the middle, but they've also made some plays. And despite Sam Avolis getting off the line with a great move, there was just nothing there for him as the Swarm forced the Carolina to punt the ball.
Harish Prasad, Pure 2K12, Shane Short, Siege Falco, Joshua Williams, Tom Rahman, Arizona Scorpions, also known as Eddie Gage, David Horrell, Minson Mine. Thank you guys, everybody, for tuning in the YouTube chat. The punt is away, and Dave Axis would just let it bounce, and it's going to be down at the 3-yard line. A great job from the Carolina special teams.
Fantastic punt and punt coverage there, pinning Atlanta really deep now. They're going to be playing out of their own end zone. And, you know, Carolina could potentially get a safety here, get the ball back, and try to score with a minute left. But we'll see if the Swarm can protect the ball and get outside of their own end zone.
Dunhill under center in the I formation, going all the way back into his own end zone, having to throw it, and it will be broken up as he was looking for the tight end Jamal Wooding, and Horrell, the linebacker, out in coverage.
Horrell, he almost somehow tipped that ball up in the air for one of his defenders to take it away. I mean, he got his hand on the ball and kind of flicked it up in the air. Just nobody around close enough to get their hands on it. It was kind of a dangerous throw by Dunhill. We'll see if they just kind of run the ball.
2nd and 10, Dunhill, shotgun, will hand it off like Jeremy predicted to BDG Hollywood, and makes a spin and gets positive yards, first down up to the 15.
Yeah, Hollywood there making some moves, getting a first down, getting the ball outside of their own 5 now up to the 15. And if I'm Atlanta, I'm not really trying to do anything too crazy. I would just give the ball to Hollywood, whether it's a run or a throw to the flats, and just let him do his thing. Otherwise, take this into halftime with the big lead that you do have.
34 seconds. Dunhill under center. Hollywood lined up in the backfield. Dunhill dropping back, firing it out to the right. The pass is caught by Siege Falco, who gets pushed back into the middle field and getting enough for the first down as he broke out of the tackle from Zane Doty.
Yeah, we saw 2 spin moves by Siege Falco in the first quarter off a reception. This time, it appeared he was going to go out of bounds, but the defender knocked him back into play before he ran out, and he was able to pick up a first down and some extra yards there, and Falco doing a great job in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 28. Handoff to Hollywood. He has some blocks outside. He makes a guy miss. With great tackling, gets swarming defense for Carolina, able to just limit him to a gain of 9. And we've come to the end of the first half. Very entertaining first half. The Atlanta Swarm on top of the Carolina Skyhawks 31-3. And as we enter the halftime show, Jeremy, give us some of your thoughts on the first half.
Well, Atlanta, you know, you knew they were going to be tough to stop, especially at home, and they're just they're showing the league why when they get that home field advantage, which they're well on their way to doing, it's going to be real tough for anyone to come into this building and stop this offense. They just have too many weapons, and it's just been a show for the Atlanta fans, the Atlanta crowd here today. Carolina, on the flip side, you know, they were fighting for their playoff lives, and they just at the wrong time ran into the best team in the league. And Carolina, if they lose this game, while mathematically they're not entirely eliminated from the playoffs, it's going to be even harder for them to make it. They've done some things right. Their defense has made some plays. They've forced a few turnovers. But offensively, they just haven't got really anything going, and that's something that's going to have to change here in the second half if they want to climb back into the game.
Yeah, and everything is in favor of Atlanta right now. You got Richardson, who hasn't even broke 100 yards yet. He's only at 81 and has 3 touchdowns with a QBR of just 27.5. But on top of that, you got Atlanta. They're 50% on third downs, but you got Carolina, who's 0 for 4 on third down conversion. And that seems to be just Carolina is just not making the plays that they need to at the times that they need to make those.
Yeah, Carolina's offense coming into today's game, they only complete 46% on third down, which is ranked 17th in the league out of 20 teams. So they're not a great third down team. Their defense is really their strong suit. Their offense ranks near the bottom in most of the categories. So I think, you know, putting something together and completing third downs, because as you said, they're 0 for 5, and that's really what's killing them today. If they can get some of those third downs completed, then they can start to put together some drives, and you never know. We see comebacks all the time. We've seen it a lot this year, and there's still 2 quarters left to play.
And on top of that, Carolina needs to win in order to just have their hopes stay alive. They're not mathematically eliminated with a loss, but just a win to move to 5-6 would definitely be helpful, especially with all the other teams that have to play today.
Yeah, I mean, this is the next 2 quarters. They're gonna have to make something happen, and so they can keep these playoff hopes alive. They haven't been in the playoffs in a few seasons. This season was turning out to be one of their better seasons they've had. But again, it's tough when you have to come in and play the #1 team. It's not often you kind of you get an upset like that. But we'll see. 2 quarters left to play. Carolina still got a lot left in the tank.
On top of that, coming in, what my opinion was, I didn't know what we would see from Atlanta if they were going. They're already in the playoffs for the first time back-to-back seasons. But on top of that, it was would they maybe try to take the brakes off a little bit and not show as much going forward with only this week and the next week left to go? But it looks like from what we've seen, they just want to keep this train going.
Yeah, nothing like keeping your momentum. I mean, they're on a 6-game win streak, so if I'm Atlanta and I'm keeping the foot on the gas and just keeping this thing going and just kind of staying behind your momentum that you've built.
And Harish Prasad brings the football up to the 23-yard line. And so the Carolina Skyhawks will get the ball first to start the second half. They're wearing the all whites for the away uniforms, and then you got the Atlanta Swarm with their baby blues with the black pants we've come to expect from the Atlanta Swarm. As Richardson will hand it off to Logan Jack, as he will be going from right to left on this on the third quarter, and just like that, get a pickup of 0.
Swarm doing a good job of kind of not of closing the running lanes for Logan Jack, and he just kind of ran right in the back of his offensive lineman right there, and that sets up a 2nd and 10 where Carolina's coming out in shotgun now.
2nd and 10. Richardson in the shotgun empty set formation. Quads to the bottom of the formation. He's firing it deep, and it's going to be caught by Prasad, getting up to the 46, and Carolina desperately needed that big play.
Prasad winning a jump ball there. That was a great throw and catch from Sully to Harish, and that puts the ball near midfield, and that's a good way to start your drive coming out of halftime.
As Prasad making the catch over Blake Hamrick, who both players are veterans of the SFL, and Harish wins the battle there. We'll have to see. This battle's been going on all day, but give credit to Hamrick, who's been holding Prasad to only 3 receptions on the day. And Richardson will get this ball going. It's underway. He's going to fire across the middle of the field, and getting the reception, Jack Flash.
Yeah, Jack Flash doesn't get a lot of looks in this offense, but today so far, he's got his first reception of the day.
And so 2nd and 6 from midfield. Carolina looking to march down the field. The first drive, the opening drive of the second half. 9:26 left to go. 2nd and 6. Richardson, great job moving the packet and throwing it to Prasad with another first down catch, and they're inside Atlanta territory down to the 38-yard line.
Sully, yeah, I mean, I said he needed to hang tough in the pocket, and he kind of just sidesteps the pass rush from Joshua Williams and delivers a ball right to Harish Prasad for a first down. And now that they've got the ball into Atlanta's territory, this is the type of offense that we need to see from Carolina this entire second half.
Richardson under center. Split back formation, 2 receivers to the bottom of the formation. Richardson dropping back, firing it over the middle of the field. One-handed catch by the tight end, or by Harish Prasad, and just a great play, getting a gain of 7.
Prasad, I think he had 3 receptions in the first half, and now he's got 3 here in this first drive of the second half, and he's kind of been the playmaker for Sully so far, and we'll see if they continue to go to him.
They do have Shea Carroll as well, so they have two receivers who could definitely put some points up on the board. As Richardson handing it off to Logan Jack, who has enough of the down, getting inside the 25 to the 23.
And that's the biggest hole the Carolina's offensive line has opened up for Logan Jack, as he kind of blew right through it, picking up a first down. And Carolina really starting to put something together here as they look to get their first touchdown of the game.
So if you guys are looking for some apparel, maybe a Denver championship t-shirt from season 13, you can visit sector6apparel.com for all league and team apparel, including hoodies, t-shirts, team jerseys, and more. Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the SFL, is Logan Jack getting some broken tackles out there, getting enough for a first down and inside the 11.
Yeah, that Logan Jack run started with the guard pulling to the outside and picking up a big block to kind of seal the edge and get Logan Jack to the outside, who just ran right through a swarm defender as he picks up another first down. And Carolina at Atlanta's 11-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 11. Richardson marching the Skyhawks down the field, dropping back out of the under center formation. He's going to fight across the middle. The pass will be caught by Shea Carroll with its first reception in the second half, and getting it to the 6 will set up a 2nd and 4.
You got to be excited if you're Carolina right now. You know, the drive is going exactly how you probably planned it for your opening drive of the second half, and everything's kind of clicking right now. They just got to keep this going and punch this one in the end zone and just kind of do this for the remainder of the game.
2nd and 4. Logan Jack looking to go up the middle, but he will be hit and dropped for no gain. Coming up and making the play, big old number 99, Joshua Williams.
At 3rd and 5, it's going to be interesting to see what Carolina comes out in, Jeff. We're almost halfway through the 3rd quarter already with this long drive. If you're Carolina, Jeff, and you don't pick this up, do you go for it?
I would go for it. I would. Even if they don't pick up positive yards here, you gotta go for broke now. It's about that time. And Sully Richardson out of the shotgun, throwing it to the end zone, and it's caught in the end zone. Jack Flash for the touchdown for the Carolina Skyhawks when they desperately needed a touchdown, and they get it.
Great play call from Carolina's coordinator. He knew Atlanta would play man press, so they came out in a shotgun, 4 wide, but they kept Jack Flash in there at the tight end spot, and he was able to get right past the linebacker who wasn't fast enough, and Sully just kind of dropped the ball right in there for Carolina's first touchdown of the game.
Yeah, he beat Dylan Rowland. That's not easy to do. The veteran linebacker who's been in his 9 seasons already in the SFL. He's come to expect that he would be in coverage there, but Jack Flash, the young guy, making the old guy, the veteran, look a little silly on that play, as the extra point from Wally Herman is up and through, making it a 31-10 ball game.
Great drive from Carolina. I mean, that's the best you could have asked for to start your second half. Now they just got to let their defense come out, get them the ball back, get them as many chances as they can possibly get, and you never know, Carolina could climb back into this one.
That was a 14-play drive that resulted in the touchdown pass to Jack Flash, as Dave Axis bringing the football out to the 23-yard line. And for those who, you might be watching for the first time and wondering, what the heck is this? Well, this is the Simulation Football League, guys. It's the guys and girls out there. It's the first controllerless esport, allowing the viewer to participate in all the action on the field without a controller in your hands. Visit simulation.football for details on how to get started with a team and in the league. 1st down and 10. Marcus Dunhill, first drive of the second half. We'll hand it off to Hollywood, who's going to be hit and met in the field, getting a loss of 1, and coming up and making the play. Just a beautiful tackle.
Yeah, the Swarm tried to stretch run to the weak side, and Carolina had 4 defenders in the backfield as soon as BDG touched that ball, and that was a great way to get penetration and blow up BDG in the backfield.
Forrest Stark with the tackle. Then met Hollywood in the backfield. He's been meeting Hollywood in the backfield all game, and only getting a gain of 1 before Prasad coming up and making the tackle.
Swarm now in 3rd and 10 on their opening drive of the second half. Carolina gets them off the field, and Oh boy, there's going to be some momentum sliding over to Carolina's side.
3rd and 10. Carolina looking to break up this drive. Dunhill dropping back, firing it deep, and it's caught. And going the other way. Is he going to go into the end zone? He will not be caught. Boo Chisholm, his 2nd touchdown on the day. And he just took the cap off the defense. Dunhill found him deep, and the rest is history.
Man, Jeff, I just don't know how Boo Chisholm, such a dangerous receiver, gets that wide open. He just ran right past the defender, and Dunhill not underthrowing this one as he delivers a perfect ball to Boo Chisholm, who takes it all the way for his 2nd touchdown of the game. And now it's 37-10, and just as Carolina was starting to build some momentum, the Swarm take it away.
In the blink of an eye, you thought maybe there was a chance. 3rd down and 10. They had him right where they wanted, and then they just lost track of Boo Chisholm, who gets into the end zone for the 2nd time today. And he took the cap off of Davidson Joseph, the cornerback for the Carolina Skyhawks, as Shane Short will knock the extra point attempt through, making it a 38-10 ball game.
Yeah, it may be 38-10, and Carolina may be in themselves in total, but if I'm Carolina, whether you think you can win this game or not, I think you just got to keep coming out and keep playing football and just continue to keep growing. This has not been the season that you would have hoped for, but they've done a lot of good things, and they still got this game and their last game to still work on things. And like we said, they're not mathematically eliminated even if they drop this game, so no reason for them to quit. And I'm sure that their coaching staff's telling their players that as they're getting ready to come back out for another attempt at scoring another touchdown.
Exactly. You don't want the Skyhawks to just all of a sudden go into conservative mode. Like you're still fighting. There is still a chance. There's 5:12 left in the 3rd, and then a whole 4th. So you just gotta get the stops. You just gotta take it one possession at a time. As Richardson starts in the empty set shotgun formation, throwing it across the middle of the field and up to the 37. That's Walsh, the receiver, getting his first catch of the day.
Man, and the QB numbers there, Dunhill doubling the yards of Sully Richardson, and he has 3 more passing touchdowns than Richardson. But Richardson, so far in the 2nd half, he's playing a lot better than he was in the 1st half.
Richardson under center, bunch to the bottom of the formation. Logan Jack in the backfield. Be a handoff to Logan Jack, who goes up the middle of the field, breaking out of tackles, and will get to the 45-yard line. Just a great leg churning rush there for Logan Jack.
8 yards of hard running from Logan Jack. He's been able to put a few of those together, and now he's got his offense in a 2nd and short. We'll see if they go right back to him.
And as David Horrell in chat says, he loves this broadcast. So he's probably talking about you, Jeremy, because he said he seconds everything that you just said. Logan Jack getting enough for the 1st down up to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, it was a good play call by Carolina. I like that they're still keeping Jack involved in the game. They don't want to become one-dimensional against a tough Swarm defense. So continue to get Jack involved and just keep going, run pass, mixing it up. And we'll see if they can keep this drive that they're doing a pretty good job on so far going.
1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Carolina will hand it off to Logan Jack, getting to midfield, pickup of 2.
Yeah, Logan Jack ran into a Quanta Shine, who enters in today's game with over 100 tackles, which is something we're completely used to seeing from Shine. He's just a tackling machine.
Yeah, he comes in with 972 tackles in the career for Quanta Shine. Just a force on the outside. And getting the carry and getting hit for no gain, Logan Jack.
And this is a big 3rd down for Carolina. They haven't been too successful on 3rd down, and if they can pick this up, they'll move the ball across midfield where the ball's at right now, and they'll continue their drive. But it's going to start with Sully Richardson delivering a good ball to one of his receivers.
3rd and 8. They need to convert third downs in the second half if they want any chance. And throwing it deep, and it's going to be intercepted again. And coming up and making the interception is Moose Pepino. And what a turn there, is looking to make something, looking to convert a third down and looking deep downfield, and it comes up short. He was looking for Flash Furman.
Yeah, just an underthrown ball from Sully as Moose was, just kind of sitting back there in coverage. And for a Week 7 signing, Moose has really come into this team and really made an impact so far.
Getting the carry, there is a penalty, is Hollywood, who gets up to the 28. We'll have to see what the penalty is.
Neutral zone infraction, number 74.
It'll be a neutral zone infraction on the Carolina Skyhawks. That will be against Riley Combs. It will be accepted. And so moving 5 yards up is the Atlanta Swarm. Well, 38-10 is the score of the ball game here between the Atlanta Swarm and the Carolina Skyhawks. Marcus Dunhill under center. They'll hand it off to Hollywood, who breaks, carrying some guys for a gain of 2.
I figured the Swarm were going to go right back to BDG Hollywood, and he almost got out of that first tackle, but the defender held on long enough to get one of his teammates over there to both bring him down. Now it's 2nd and short, and out of this formation, this power ride, they've been going to BDG Hollywood majority of the time.
2nd and 3. There's Hollywood again with a carry. Nice spin, breaks out of 2 tackles. He had spun out of 2 defenders and then able to carry Forrest Stark. And just like that, that's enough for a first down. And Hollywood, he's been doing this all game.
Yeah, Hollywood, I mean, the Carolina defense, they had a chance to bring him down behind the line of scrimmage, and he just spun past 2 of them, picking up a first down. And the Swarm, they're already starting to click offensively on this drive, which is not good and not something you want to see if you're Carolina's defense.
Dunhill takes the shotgun snap, firing it over the middle of the field. The pass will be caught by Boo Chisholm again, who had Tristan Hadley all over him, and it gets it into Carolina territory to the 34.
Yeah, that was like the tightest coverage you could apply to a wide receiver. Still manages to bring that one in, and he's having a huge day today.
And the other game going on is London and Houston, and London with a 17-0 lead over Houston, as Houston just scored a touchdown, 17-7, 1:56 left to go in the third quarter. As Dunhill will fire it, but it falls incomplete, as he was looking for the receiver, number 81, Boo Chisholm.
Yeah, I mean, an interesting play call from Atlanta. They just kind of tried to do a quick little pass instead of handing it off there on 1st and 10. But they're in field goal range, and I don't see them really doing anything too crazy. I think they're just going to continue to kind of get BDG the ball on some of these outside runs.
Alan Chisholm, the backup tight end, was the one that had the incompletion just a moment ago. BDG Hollywood with the carry, dragging guys up to the 30-yard line, so it sets up a big gain of 4, but it's a 3rd down and 6.
Hey, Jeff, do you go, if you're Atlanta, do you pass the ball here on 3rd and 6, or do you just give Hollywood another carry, let your guy come out who's perfect on the season and put 3 points on the board?
I think they're going to come out and throw this football. I don't think they want to take that foot off of that gas with 3 seconds left to go in the third quarter. This will be the last play of the third quarter. Marcus throwing it downfield, and the pass is caught. And Jamal Wooding with another reception and gets it inside the red zone. And just like that, Dunhill is not letting anything bother him here.
Yeah, Wooding, just a little post over the middle, brings it in.
And we've come to the end of the third quarter, 38-10. The Swarm on top of the Skyhawks. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, and you're listening on 252 ESPN Greenville, New Bern. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this. as Atlanta and Carolina swap field positions. Carolina moving right to left now. Dang. Atlanta is moving right to left, and they are at the 9 and getting the carry down to the 5-yard line is Hollywood, who is now averaging 4.9 yards per carry.
5 yards away from yet another touchdown. I'm looking for Atlanta to come out in that power I that they've been running and get BDG the ball to the outside.
Yeah, BGG is closing in on some high company. If he could get in the end zone one more time, he will tie Johnny English for second all-time on touchdowns, rushing, and throwing it to the back of the end zone is Dunhill looking for Chisholm, but it falls incomplete as Chisholm was not able to get his feet down.
Yeah, just not enough room for Chisholm to bring that ball in from Dunhill, and it's an interesting challenge from the Atlanta coaching staff as that one wasn't even close.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that close either. We'll have to see. Maybe Mark Chisholm sees something that maybe might overturn it, but as we take a look, he's on the slant route going into the back of the end zone. I don't think he got his 2 feet down.
After review, the play stands. The pass was incomplete. The catch was made out of
And the
bounds.
play stands, so Atlanta is charged a timeout. They will have to going forward the remainder of the fourth quarter. As the fans here in the Hive don't like that call. I don't know. I thought that was pretty clear and cut, Jeremy, as clear cut as you can get.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't think it was even close.
Dunhill, 3rd and goal from the 5. He's got Hollywood in the backfield. Will they give it to him, or are they going to throw it? They will throw it to Hollywood coming out of the backfield, and he will just truck his way into the end zone. As that looks to, maybe put this lead insurmountable to the Carolina Skyhawks.
Yeah, 35. It's about to be a 35-point game, and I just don't think Carolina's offense has enough to get back into this one. But it's not something. It's not a reason you should give up. They're just going to continue to come out here and try to work what they can with the last quarter of the game.
You can follow the SFL on social media. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even TikTok now, and more all at the SFL. Oh, and more all at SFL or Simulation FL. Make sure to catch more content like the Kramer Show, game highlights, and more by subscribing to our YouTube channel so you don't miss some moment of action when we're not on television. Jeremy, do you follow the SFL on all social media?
Of course, Jeff, if you're a fan of the SFL, you should follow all the social media that we have. There's just so much content that gets pushed out, and there's a lot of storylines, especially this time of the season. So get on social media, follow the league, and spread the word.
Plus, we're coming into the playoffs, so it's only going to add to it as Harish Prasad brings it up to the 24-yard line. Jeremy, if you were new, would you know how to get your spot in the SFL?
I would not, but I would recommend that they go to Simulation Football. Simulation.football is it, Jeff? And read up, join the league, and once you get into the community, there's tons of people there willing to help you get started.
You're taking my read away, but if you're new, get your spot in the SFL Minor League, SFLM, today at #ClaimYourSpot and begin your SFL career as Logan Jack, just like he did to get his career going, as he gets a gain of 4, sets up a 2nd down and 6.
Linebacker Dylan Rowland been pretty quiet today, delivering a monster hit to Logan Jack.
For the minor league, subscriptions are going fast, and the inaugural kickoff begins in April. First Pro subscribers get first priority on choosing their position. So don't delay your career another second. We can't wait for you to make an impact. Richardson fires it across the middle. The pass is caught by Shea Carroll, who gets up to the 33, setting up a 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, we're talking about the Skyhawks not giving up, and defensively, the Swarm just delivering big hit after big hit. It does not appear that they plan on letting up at all either. Richardson
under center. The weak formation handoff to Logan Jack, who trucks his way up to the 39-yard line. 1st down.
Great move by Logan Jack. It appeared he was going to run right into his offensive lineman, but he's able just to kind of squeeze through a little hole and run through another defender and pick up a first down for Carolina.
As Andy Hamilton in chat says that he made 11 TikToks this week for 2.6K viewers. Are you on TikTok, Jeremy?
I am not. I don't really know what TikTok is.
I don't know either. I just stick to Snapchat and that's it. I see TikToks, but it's kind of weird.
Yeah, there's tons of different social media outlets, and it's great that our social media team for the league is out there pushing content on all the platforms.
And when there isn't sports on like there has been with what's going on in the world, it's great to have something that you could just tune into and watch. And we're definitely here for you throughout all of it. And even when sports comes back, we'll be here for you. For 3rd down and 11, Logan Jack with a short gain on the play, but he's only up to 53 yards on 18 carries.
Yeah, it just goes to show you how good this Swarm defense really is. I mean, you talk about when defense wins championships. I think the Swarm has a defense that can be a championship caliber, but then you got that offense too. So this whole team is just filled with playmakers and superstars, and that's why they're one of the favorites to win it all this year.
Pressure coming in. It's batted and almost intercepted again on a tip, but it falls incomplete. And Carolina is still having those 3rd down woes. They just cannot convert a 3rd down. They've only converted 1, and now they're 1 of 8 for 3rd down.
Poor Sully Richardson. I mean, he's doing everything he can. He sat in that pocket as long as he could, try to deliver a ball to his receiver to pick up a first down. It fell incomplete, and he took a big shot on that play.
The punt will come from Horrell, and he'll punt the football away. As Dave Axis will get up to the 30-yard line, so that is where Dunhill, I'm sure we're going to see the backups here pretty soon.
Yeah, this might be the last drive for the starters, depending on how much time is taken off. But you should, like you said, see those backup guys coming in here at some point pretty soon.
45-10, the Atlanta Swarm on top of the Carolina Skyhawks. 7:41 left to go. Ball at the Atlanta own 30-yard line. 1st down and 10. Hollywood getting the carry and getting hit by a host of Skyhawk defenders and goes for no gain.
And that's a good start for this Carolina defense. I mean, time's ticking away, but keep playing hard and keep stuffing Hollywood.
If you want to keep up with how your player and team are doing this season, just visit simulationfl.net for standings, leaderboards, and sortable team stats. The rookie big board is on there as well, tracking the next superstars in the SFL. As the pass goes for a gain of 2, and so just like that, it's a 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, and with the minors starting soon, we're going to see all these new users and their new players getting their shot on the field for 8 weeks leading up to the draft, and it's going to be an exciting time. And on top of that, we got the playoffs, which is the best part of the season in my opinion.
Yeah, Cam is not going to have any nights of sleep, that's for sure, with what's coming up on his slate. He's got the playoffs. Isaiah getting the sack. Dunhill getting sacked in the backfield. His big old Christopher Cologne coming in there for the sack, his first on the day.
First time we've really called his name. He's been kept in check for majority of the game up until this point, and he gets a sack, and he may have just killed this last drive for the Swarm starters in this game.
If you want to know how what the other game is doing, you could download the ScoreStream app and you can follow your favorite team for the live scoring updates when you aren't able to catch the live game, like what's going on with London and Houston, for instance. And so you can follow just your team or the entire league. And the first esport league on the app is the SFL. So go ahead and download that today, and you'll be able to know what your team is doing when you're not able to watch. And so getting the 1st down and 10 at the Carolina 42 will be the Carolina Skyhawks. As Richardson will start in the empty set formation. Got quads to the top of the screen, top of the formation. Richardson will fire it that way. Looking for a Reese Broussard who makes a sideline catch. He's still going all the way down to the 6-yard line. Reese Broussard now over 100 yards. He's at 110 on 6 receptions in the afternoon.
Jeff, I have no idea how Harish Prasad was able to stay in bounds, and then he tippy-toed up the sideline. And great tackle there, great touchdown saving tackle by Blake Hamrick. But a good first play for the Skyhawks offense is now they're just at Atlanta 6.
Yeah, I don't know how he made that catch either. I thought for sure he was going to be let out of bounds, but somehow he turns that feet up and starts going up the sideline. As Richardson firing it underneath, and just like that, touchdown to Logan Jack, who made a nice curl route and was able to Richardson was able to find him, and all he had to do was just walk right into the end zone after that.
Yeah, a 2-play drive that results in a touchdown. That's just something that you want to see from the Skyhawks. Just no quitting them, which is great. And we'll see if maybe they go for an onside or if they just try to kick this one away.
Wally Herman coming out to attempt the extra point. 45-16 the score right now. The extra point would make it 45-17 with 5:46 left to go in the fourth quarter. The snap is down. Herman's kick is up and through the uprights, making it a 45-17 ball game. You are watching the SFL on YouTube and you're listening on 252 ESPN Greenville, New Bern. Thank you, everybody, for listening. If you are listening on 252 ESPN Greenville, New Bern, thank you so much. I'm Jeff Melanishin. Joining me in the booth is Jeremy Vega. We got Mark Chisholm doing the stats for us in the stats truck. And then thank you, everybody in YouTube watching as well. Let's see everybody's comments. We got Graybeard Gaming. Thank you, Fox Highwind, Minson Mine, Joshua Williams, Harish Prasad, even Cam is tweeting a little bit. Optimus Klein, Zachary Lay. We'll have to see when the second stringers are going to come out. Still not yet.
After that last hit that Dunhill took, you would think they would have brought out their backups.
Mark just wants to keep this going. I don't blame him, as Dunhill firing it out, and Siege Falco makes his first catch, it seems like, of the second half. As now he's up to 110 yards on 8 receptions.
Falco has 110 yards. Chisholm, opposite of him, has 210 yards, each with a touchdown. It's just great job all around from Dunhill and his receiving core.
And Dunhill will go under center on this first down play at the Atlanta 39-yard line with 5:09 left to go in the fourth quarter. Dunhill dropping back, 7-step drop, firing a missile deep, and it falls incomplete. Looking for his tight end, Jamal Wooding.
Interesting play calling from the Swarm. You would think that they would come out here and just kind of run the ball and take off the remaining time in this game, but no, they're coming out throwing. They're just looks like they're just not really ready to quit, as they're taking shots downfield.
Yeah, I was looking for a heavy dose of Hollywood as well. I wasn't ready to call that missile, but man, he just overshot that as well. We haven't really seen that, as Hollywood getting some blocks and getting past midfield into Skyhawks territory, and will be tackled by Hatley at the 44-yard line.
Man, it seems like every player for the Swarm's offense is over 100 yards at their respective positions, but Hollywood's still fighting and still putting up some good runs.
Dunhill has been doing this just all game, as he's up to 136 yards on 25 attempts. He has got 1 touchdown. He gets into the end zone, he'll tie Johnny English for second all-time in career rushing touchdowns. As Dunhill go under center. Hollywood is in the backfield. So they're looking to just play clock management here. They can get the ball up with 7 seconds to go on the play clock, and Hollywood getting the carry for a gain of 2.
And this is going to be the Swarm's last home game of the regular season, because in the final week they're going to Las Vegas to take on the Fury, but Atlanta will be hosting at least 1 playoff game, and the further they go, the more home games they will have, as they are locking up home field advantage for the first time in their franchise history. So congratulations to them.
Yeah, 9-1. They're going to move to 10-1 with Hollywood getting the carry. Trying to make a juke, but not able to get past Trevon Prasad. As you take a look at the playoff picture, the Swarm with the win will move to 10-1. Legion right behind at 8-3. The Baltimore Vultures and Sparrows play tonight, along with the Corsairs. Predators 7-4. They won yesterday. And then take a look at the bottom half of the standings. Carolina will fall to 4-7. Still a lot left to be played, but look at all those teams at 4-6, 5-6. You still got the Wildcats, the Chicago Wildcats, and the Tulsa Desperados playing today, along with Jacksonville. They still have to play. A lot still left to be played out, and Cam is not going to have any sleep trying to figure out these tiebreakers.
Yeah, as much work as it takes to calculate everything, it's always fun to see it, and it just kind of builds big storylines for the final weeks of the regular season, which is much better than seeing teams just bringing backups and you're seeing a bunch of just kind of pointless games. So lots of work, but definitely worth it.
Definitely is. And coming out, which seems like his very first punt is Chris Smith. I think he's punted the football actually once or twice today. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a while since he's been out to punt. And so it hits at the 10, and it will die in the end zone. And so that's a touchback. Will come out to the 20-yard line.
And this could be Carolina's final drive, so we'll see what they decide to come out and call with the last 2 minutes left in the game.
So Jeremy, going forward, I mean, what do you expect from this Atlanta team maybe going into next week against Las Vegas?
I would think that they're going to come out and play hard next week. I don't think that with all the momentum that they've built that they should just kind of relax, because you never know. Playoffs is about runs, and anyone can win in the playoffs. So I think they just got to stay sharp and go into Las Vegas and just continue to play the way that they play.
Yeah, you went on a similar run for what Atlanta is doing this season. Last season, weren't you like the #1 seed last year as well? And you worked the home field advantage all the way through.
Yeah, we won the final 10 games of the regular season, and then took home field advantage and won all the way, which Atlanta appears to be doing themselves this season.
As a throw from Richardson out to Jack Flash, and they will go hurry up with just under 2:02 left to go. This will hit the 2-minute warning. And at the 2-minute warning, the Atlanta Swarm on top of the Carolina Skyhawks, 45-17. We'll be back with the last 2 minutes of the game. You're watching the SFL on YouTube and listening on 252 ESPN Greenville, New Bern. And so, Jeremy, as we come back for the last 2 minutes, just what some advice would you have for Mark Chisholm? Just maybe, I know that they clinched the playoffs last year, but just this year and how well they've been playing, is there like anything that you would give advice to him, if anything?
I think Mark and his squad are. I think they're doing everything right. I mean, I would argue that they may be better than our team last year. So they got it all going right for them. They're doing everything right. My advice is just keep doing what you're doing, because it's working well.
As Harish Prasad with a big catch and getting the ball inside the Swarm territory, inside the red zone, as he is putting up numbers here in the garbage time. So 1st down and 10 from the Atlanta 23-yard line. But even yourself, Jeremy, with the Denver, they've been on a surge, and we talked a little bit before the game started. You have a winning record against everybody that's above you in the standings, and then it seems like everybody behind you've lost to.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show that anyone can beat anyone. Gotta come ready.
Yeah, great catch by Prasad. One-handed in the middle of the field. 1:34 left to go. Richardson under center. Hurry up here. Moving up, but he's going to be hit and sacked. And getting the sack, Joshua Williams. Big sack for the Swarm defense. As Andy Hamilton in chat says, any advice for him, Jeremy? As the pass was intended for Furman, but it falls incomplete. Blake Hemrick in coverage.
Oh, same advice for everyone. Just keep working, keep coming prepared every week. You never know what's gonna happen, and you gotta stay ready.
It was more so that like you and Atlanta seem to be having like the same paths from last year with you guys. This year with Atlanta, it just seems like everything is uh is matching well. So it's just that's one of the reasons why I just wanted to touch on that, since you had the experience from last season. Mark with this season, maybe there was something there. As Richardson dropping and have to fire it to Logan Jack coming out of the backfield, he'll be pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, and the pressure's really been there on this drive, but Sully Richardson doing a good job of getting the ball out as they've gotten down to the 8-yard line. But on 4th and goal, they do go for this one, try to punch it in, and I'm curious as to what this play call is going to be.
4th and goal from the Atlanta 8-yard line. 1:11 left to go in the 4th quarter. Richardson in the shotgun formation, empty set. Pressure coming, and he has to throw it to the end zone. And he finds Harish Prasad in the end zone for a touchdown.
Great job by Sully Richardson again, hanging in the pocket as long as he can, despite the pressure, and he just throws one perfectly to Harish Prasad, who's having a big game himself, and that's just a great no-quit attitude from this Carolina Skyhawks team.
What a drive from Sully Richardson and the Carolina Skyhawks offense. Just a little too late. I'd like to see that maybe in the second quarter or the third quarter. Just coming up a little bit short, but you gotta just commend the coaching staff for not giving up and not going more conservative than they could have gone, and marching down the field. And with 1:07 left to go, you're almost probably going to see an onside here.
Yeah, and if they get this onside, look for more Sully to Harish Prasad to finish out the final minute of this game.
And the Skyhawks will attempt the onside kick. The kick from Herman is up, and it'll be fielded by the Swarm. Okay, so with 1:05 left to go, we'll probably see a couple of knees here to take the game to its final conclusion.
Yeah, and it's been a great game. I mean, Atlanta really just kind of blowing this one wide open. But if you're a Skyhawks fan, you've at least got to watch your team compete against the best in the league, and just kind of see how you guys handle it and persevere through the deficit that they were in the entire game.
As the second timeout will be taken by the Carolina Skyhawks. 45-24 is the score. Thank you everybody for watching on YouTube, on the SFL YouTube, and listening on 252 ESPN Greenville, New Bern. Jeff Melanishin joining me, Jeremy Vega, Mark Chisholm in the stats truck. So with 1:04 left to go, Dunhill in the victory formation. Letting the clock wind, and he'll take the knee, and Carolina will take their last timeout. But Jeremy, just what are your thoughts? Like, what's something that you saw from Carolina today? Like maybe a player or something that you maybe didn't think would have a great game but did.
You know, there wasn't like one particular player besides Harish Prasad who really had like a great game, and you expect that from Harish. He's been one of the best receivers for the last couple of seasons. But just overall, I just like that Carolina never gave up in the game and just stuck with it and just kept playing as a team. And they've got a lot of pieces, and they just got to keep growing.
As Atlanta taking the knee, 46 seconds left to go. They will move to 10-1. Like Jeremy said, next week they will be at Las Vegas. The Skyhawks, meanwhile, have to face St. Louis. And St. Louis, if they get a win today, they'll be looking to keep the momentum going as well, trying to find that playoff spot.
St. Louis, Carolina, that's always two teams that are fun to watch when they go up against each other. That'll be Carolina.
And the punt is away from Chris Smith. It's just before the 10. It'll be fielded at the 5-yard line. So the Atlanta Swarm special teams is not giving up here late in the ball game. So with 15 seconds left to go, looks like the Skyhawks will keep their starters out there. Richardson under center, Logan Jack in the backfield. Carolina drop it back. Sully Richardson from his end zone, firing it out. Pass is caught by the tight end, Flash. And Jack Flash getting up to the 27-yard line, and with 5, 4, 3, and the clock will just tick down. They tried to spike it, but the clock hit 0. And the final score from the Hive in Atlanta, Georgia. The Atlanta Swarm take this one 45-24. And Jeremy, give us, I know we touched on some final thoughts, but maybe from the Atlanta side now that we already touched on Carolina.
I mean, goodness me, 500 total yards from the offense of Atlanta, and then their defense forcing 4 turnovers. This Atlanta team, they're just the complete package, and now that they've locked up home field advantage in the playoffs, it's going to be really tough for anyone to beat them. I'm not sure if Atlanta fears anyone at this point with how great their team is, but we'll see what happens in the playoffs, as that's when we'll be back in Atlanta.
And something for Carolina, they just got to shore up the third down attempts. They've been 1-9 today, 11%. So their overall percentage is going to drop since they weren't able to get past 40 that they currently have on the season. But just the key plays from Atlanta, they just picked apart the defense, the secondary in particular of the Carolina Skyhawks, and Dunhill just seemed to find his receivers. And that was the thing. Early and often he was able to find Siege Falco, Bo Chisholm. He was able to get Dave access in the end zone on the very first drive where they marched down for the touchdown on the first possession. So just Dunhill getting his receivers involved early and often. I mean, this offense moving forward, even going into the playoffs, is gonna cause nightmares for some defensive coordinators.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you do play Atlanta in the playoffs, your defense better come ready, because that's going to be the key to knocking off the Swarm. But I personally have not seen a defense this season that's going to be able to stop this high-flying offense of Atlanta.
On top of that, just Sully Richardson able to come back. He finished for 309 passing yards, 7% completion, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Dunhill, 210 yards, 59% completions, 5 touchdowns. We can take a look at the player of the game, Marcus Dunhill, 18-27, 366. He had 5 touchdowns and a 118.4 QBR. Jeremy, final thoughts on the player of the game?
Just incredible performance by Marcus Dunhill.
I thought maybe it could be Bo Chisholm, but that is it from Atlanta, Georgia in the Hive, with Jeff Melanishin and Jeremy Vega joining me. Mark Stats, thanks to Cam Irvine, who produced this production of the SFL on YouTube. And thank you for listening on 252 ESPN Greenville, New Bern.